How's the cookie? You wanna know? It's the Oreo Review Show.
Oh yeah. What's up, YouTube? It's your boy. I'm back, baby. My brothers. Got another review for you guys today, and it's a special one because this video is a collab with the one and only, the king himself, Freddie Foodie King, who you probably know from the Freddie Foodie Kingdom, where he resides as ruler over all he surveys. Freddie's been doing this online YouTube food review thing for longer than I have, and he's a pro at it. He's reviewed, I think, millions of things. There's going to be a link to his review of the product that I'll be talking about in today's video in the description down below, so you can watch that for yourself. He's a very positive, affable fella, whereas I am very critical and like to shout and curse a lot. So you can compare and contrast the differences between us at the end. I haven't seen Freddie's review yet myself, but I'm excited to dive in to our review today of the Tiramisu Oreos. What the hell is a tiramisu? I don't know. What's a tiramisu with you? Actually, tiramisu is an Italian dessert, and it translates to something along the lines of cheer me up, which I hope that these will do. Tiramisu, it's a simple thing. It's got some biscuits usually. It's got like cocoa flavor, coffee flavor as well, sugar, you know, stuff like that in there. It's a dessert that I like from time to time, but not all the time because I'm not a rich bougie fuck. One of the reasons I like an Oreo is because it's an everyman cookie. Anyone can enjoy it. It's affordable. All walks of life are open to the Oreo cookie. So I guess this is maybe something to bring the high-class dessert world to the little guy. What's next? Lobster Oreos? Nabisco, please don't make those, please. It's a limited edition Oreo. Limited edition! And no limited edition Oreo is complete without a weird smell coming right at you as soon as you lift off that plastic seal. And I couldn't tell you if it smells like tiramisu because I haven't smelled tiramisu lately, but I guess maybe it's close. What's interesting here is that you don't just have the tiramisu cream. You've got two layers. It's a double layer. Try to show you the close-up there. It's a little hard to see. They blend together. Oh man, do they blend. And one of those layers looks to be just the regular traditional vanilla Oreo cream. And then the other one is the tiramisu flavor. I'm not sure why they decided to go with that. You know, tiramisu is a pretty light flavor as it is. Like I said, kind of a coffee, very light cocoa sort of a texture. I don't know that they need the vanilla to balance that out for any reason. I don't know that there's much vanilla in tiramisu, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that's not the original cream. Maybe it's just an interesting color pattern, and that is part of the tiramisu flavor. I'm gonna find out right now as I take a bite of this cookie. Let's watch. First impressions, pretty positive. You never know with these weird flavors. A lot of times they get it wrong and they do it very poorly. And with something as kind of outside the box as tiramisu, that's not exactly a flavor you see on boxes too much. You're not walking down the aisle looking at a tiramisu Pop-Tarts or a tiramisu Gushers. It's not normal. Obviously, Nabisco has run through most of the flavors that exist in our universe, and they're really scraping the bottom of the barrel now. And at this point, they've scraped up some tiramisu. And does it work? Yeah, more or less, I think it does. One of the key components of a tiramisu flavor is coffee. And I do think that Oreo has done coffee flavor with some success in the past. It's a pretty good, relatively inoffensive taste that they have done effectively. Goes well with chocolate, definitely goes well with that chocolate cookie. And you kind of get the same effect here. Does it taste like tiramisu? I don't know. Maybe I should have got some to compare. I mean, kind of. Like I said, I'm not going out there all the time to fancy high-class restaurants ordering some creme brulee and some steak. That's not who I am. I'm a man of the people, as you know. I go to places like Taco Bell. That's sort of more my speed. But I think, you know, from some times where maybe I accidentally ordered a tiramisu, they brought it to me. Maybe they got something wrong and gave me a free dessert because I complained. Because sometimes these restaurants, whew, last one I went to was real rude the other day. They wouldn't even let me inside. I think it kind of tastes like it. I'm going to go in for another bite. I wish I could get an even split here so I could taste these two creams separately. But it doesn't look like that's an option. They're pretty tightly packed together. But I got to eat one more. It really does just taste like a coffee-flavored Oreo, essentially, with maybe a slight extra hint of some cocoa in there. Something. There's like a little extra spice to it. But really, that's what it is. If you like any coffee-flavored Oreo in the past, or any kind of coffee-flavored cookie or dessert, then I think you'll find something to like here. If you look at the box, they've got their picture of tiramisu. There's another one there if you like it to be larger. And I guess it is layered. It's got kind of like the layers of cream and then the cocoa. So I suppose that's what they're trying to emulate with their version of the double layers of cream. Now, based on the calorie count here, which is 140 calories per every 2 cookies, I know that these are in fact double stuff proportions, or DSP as I like to say here on the Oreo review show. And if you've caught my channel before, then you know that I don't usually go for those DSP cookies. I find them to be a disgrace, an affront to humanity, if you will, for lack of a better phrase. And here, though, I think it kind of works. And like I've said in the past, I find that when they do these double layers, there is something less offensive about it to me. It goes down easier. It's not as overwhelming. There is a slight difference, almost imperceptible, but there is an overall effect as a result of the 2 creams. That means it doesn't feel as thick and creamy on the palate in a nice way. I like the way that it's done. This is one of those rare times where the DSP isn't terrible. And like I said, I do think it goes real well with the chocolate cookie. I feel like maybe there might have been a temptation for them to do a golden with this one, or maybe one of the graham cracker type flavors. But I wonder if there's actually even any cocoa powder or anything in the cream, because the cookie itself kind of does a nice job bringing that into the mix. You know what I'm tasting? I'm tasting marshmallow. I'm starting to suspect that they just took half marshmallow cream and half coffee flavored cream and put that in a cookie and decided that's what tiramisu is. And, I don't know, whatever it is, it's working for me. You know, before I sat down to film this review, I was in the bathroom with a loaded shotgun in my mouth, and I was just about to pull the trigger when out of the corner of my eye, I saw this package of tiramisu Oreo cookies. And I remembered from my many years that I've spent traveling in Europe that tiramisu is Italian for cheer me up. And I thought, you know what? Maybe, just maybe, I shouldn't off myself here in my shitty little bathtub. Maybe these tiramisu cookies will make life worth living again. I got in touch with my friend. I'm going to call him a friend, someone I look up to. You know who he is, Freddie Foodie King. And I said, hey, Freddie, let's work together on something here. And he said, great idea, Poppy. And I said, oh, yeah, my brother. And we got together and I ate them. And you know what? I got to tell you, cheered me right up. Cheered me right up. I mean, things are grim. Things are real bad all over the world. But these tiramisu cookies, what can I say? Against all odds, I think they did a good job. Now, I like to give out a final review score here on the show. That's the middle part of the title. And how I do that is on a scale. It goes from 0 Oreos, which is, oh no, you don't want to eat that, to a full round Oreo, which represents a cookie that is very good and you'd like to eat it. For these, as I said, they're nice. They got a nice flavor to them. It is very rich. It is one that maybe you won't be able to eat quite as many Oreos as you normally would because it's rich. It's a lot on the tongue, but I like that. It's nicely done. And for a DSP and for a limited edition with admittedly a weird concept, I think the execution is pretty good. And for that reason, I'm giving this one a final score of half a cookie with cream. So tiramisu to that. As I said, I've spent many years traveling across Europe, all over the world really, but some of the most treasured memories that I have come from Italy, particularly in the region of Veneto, the home of tiramisu, where it was first invented. I mean, there's some dispute as to where it was invented. If you go to Italy, trust me, they will talk your head off about that, but that is where they make some of the finest tiramisu that I've ever experienced on this great green earth. And this Oreo cookie really is just as good. It's better, in fact. Don't spend your money. Don't go out to a restaurant. For sure, don't go out to a restaurant, but don't even order in. Don't even go to call up the Cheesecake Factory, maybe one of the fanciest restaurants I can think of, and say, yeah, give me the tiramisu, bruh. Don't bother. Instead, go to your local marketplace, get on the computer, and put in an order for the tiramisu Oreo cookie. It's a nice little fancy dessert. Maybe you could heat it up a little bit in the microwave, light a candle. Well, you practically have a fine dining establishment, gourmet cooking right there in your very own living room, or in your bedroom, or in your bathtub next to your bullets and your guns and things. Wherever you feel most comfortable. I'd like to thank you, and I'd like to once again thank Freddie Foodie King for doing this collab with me. A collab, of course, is when you each film video separately, but don't do anything in person or discuss your thoughts and feelings about it. It's a collab, and no one better to do it with on the entire internet than Freddie Foodie King. Check out the description to find out how he felt about it. I'd encourage it. And if you want to let me know, then you can post it in the comment section down below. And as they say, mi casa es tiramisu casa. Which is why I'd love to invite you in to give me your opinions, whatever you think. Or if you have any other ideas about Oreos or questions or anything like that, I don't know, post them in there. And stay tuned because at some point, now that we're all stuck in quarantine and everything, I will be producing an Oreo gaming streaming channel. So stay tuned because that news is going to come out into the world and you're going to hear about it. And you want to be the first one to do so, which is why you should like this video and subscribe to my channel. More Oreo stuff heading your way. Lot of fun. Hope you're all staying safe. And until next time, I'm here saying, salut, Poppy. Take care, my brothers. And this, Oreo!
How's the cookie? You wanna know? It's the Oreo Review Show.